Newcastle-upon-Tyne is a central UK city that's a jumping off point to Hadrian's Wall, York, and that Harry Potter castle. But you can have a fine time just hanging out here on your port stay. If you're searching for where and how, keep watching as we go over port details, transit options, and some cool things we did that we would definitely recommend. You'll save money too. I'm Troy, and this is the Port Lowdown. Newcastle-upon-Tyne is in west central UK, about a 2.5-hour drive south of Edinburgh, along the River Tyne. Shaking off its reputation as a dreary industrial town, it's now updated with smart restaurants and nightclubs. It's also, due to its centralized location, a starting point for lots of further afield attractions, such as the town of York, Durham, Hadrian's Wall, and Alnwick Castle, made famous as a Harry Potter location. There's tons of stuff to see around the area. But for all this stuff, you need a tour or a car, and enough time to go back and forth, and therein lies the problem. You don't dock in town, but at the port of Tyne, near Tynemouth, 9 miles east of town further down the river. So you gotta work transit time into the equation. For us, we decided to stay in town and see what there was to explore. The port of Tyne has 2 berths. For most purposes, you'll be docked here. It's a parking lot, enough said, with the usual tour bus collection if you booked from the ship. There's no real terminal to speak of. Well, there's a remnants of one about 100 yards to the left as you get off the ship. Very old school, with history placards if you so desire, and bathrooms right out of a time machine. Clean and classic. It's also indicated as a taxi stand, although taxis and Ubers also routinely pick up and drop off just outside the entrance facing the street. The area itself is pleasant, clean, and has little interest for a tourist. If not on a tour, your mission is to head into town, about 9 miles inland. From there, you can explore the town or use the central train station as a jumping off point to pick up a rental car or take another train to other areas. 3 ways to get to Newcastle Central Station. The fast way, Uber or taxi from port, 15 to 20 minutes by car. You'll have to pre-arrange or use a rideshare app. There's no dispatchers here. The hard way, walk to metro stations from the terminal, a roughly 30-minute walk. 2 stations are indicated nearby, Percy Main and Meadowell. I gave this a try, to Meadowell just for the experience. The walk was pleasant, passing through an attractive park and quiet neighborhood. And the station was nice and had a ticket kiosk, but it's time-consuming. When you factor in the ride on the metro itself, you're looking at about an hour and a half to complete the trip. I'd avoid this unless you're a YouTuber with something to prove. Or the cheap way. Free shuttle bus to Tynemouth Station, then metro to town. The shuttle ride in a nice, clean coach takes about 10 minutes. Once at the station, you'll get your tickets from the machines. This line for machines directly facing you as you walk in has long lines. Hot tip. If you take this bridge over the tracks, you'll find identical machines with a lot less crowds.
Okay, so that's gonna be adult, single, and blue. Thank you. There you go. Add more tickets. ABC child. Yes. Okay, and it's gonna be single. Okay, and then we're gonna click buy.
We had to take the St. James line and transfer at Monument to the South Hilton line one stop. If you don't care about Central Station, you can just get off at Monument since lots of attractions are nearby. But both stations are centered in town, with a 20-minute walk between them.
London King's Cross. This train has 9 coaches. Please mind that.
Oh my. From here, car rental is across from St. Mary's Cathedral along Neville Street, and Europcar Newcastle Gare, a little further west. All total, from ship to station took us about an hour and 10 minutes. We decided to make a day of exploring from here, going in a loop from the station north to Granger Market, then work our way south to Grey Street, Newcastle Cathedral, Newcastle Castle, then along Quayside before picking up an Uber. Granger Market was opened in 1835 and was the largest indoor market at the time, all part of a redevelopment scheme from a one Richard Granger, transforming the area into Granger Town, naturally. Turned out quite well. There's a lot of rich history here, with over 100 merchants, some of whom have been in business for generations. And the sheer variety of stores, some of them way old school, and food stalls can keep you enthralled, as we were for at least a few hours. My wife is a big Marks & Spencer fan and thrilled to see the original M&S right here. And this is my wife.
All available operatives, call the back office please, all available operatives.
Yeah, but I thought somebody else took this space. I didn't know this is like Marks & Spencer.
It's the original Marks & Spencer, hon.
I know, but I didn't realize they still own it.
Marks & Spencer still owns it.
Yes, it's Marks & Spencer.
And I took a chance and had my hair cut at this charming barbershop. By the way, if you're enjoying our romp through Newcastle, hit us up with a like and please share with your friends. And consider subscribing. We have more port reports, ship tours, and tips for the independent cruiser. Grey Street is just a block away and is, as Mr. Granger had envisioned, the most beautiful street in the UK. A bold statement, but I can't really argue. Grey Street is after the Grey Monument, which is the namesake of the Monument metro stop. Lots of high-end stores, of course, and just an awesome place to wander. We caught this video shoot for a bank card. They get a hot dog from the ATM. Now head south down Grey Street to Moseley. Turn right and you'll reach the Newcastle Cathedral, founded in 1091 and home to magnificent architecture, a grand pipe organ, interactive displays on their ledger stones, heartfelt local arts projects. Honestly, you can find out a lot about the community here. And even a cafe where you might find a band rehearsal. Music has a long history here. And if you're here on a Monday, you can check out a free organ recital. Just south of the cathedral, off St. Nicholas Street, is Newcastle Castle. Built around 1080 by William the Conqueror's son, Robert Curthose, as a defensive structure over an old Roman fort, hence the town's name of Newcastle. The castle keep and Black Gate are free to roam around outside, as it cuts across a pedestrian thoroughfare. Small. We didn't tour inside, but we did find a hidden gem in this second-floor gift shop. This place could also well serve as a tourist information office, community center, and info about history. There's also some rather interesting and, well, shall we say, grim souvenirs. If you find a Black Plague duck on your sailings, it may have come from here. We continued south down Castle Stairs, where my son ran an assist on a baby pram. Chivalry is not dead. Before reaching Quayside. This is quite a handsome area, perfect for strolls along the River Tyne, taking in the beautiful bridges. Lots of bars and restaurants along here, as well as a bike rental place, Bikes on the Tyne, which would make a perfect active day out. For us, this was our Uber meeting point, and we were instructed to meet here by the Quayside Witherspoon. Seems like a perfect position with the rounded parking area just off the road. From there, it was a 10 to 15 minute car ride back to the port entrance. Nice and smooth. You can definitely make a day of it here. This area is super rich with sights to take in. Too bad port day is so short. Do you have any comments or suggestions about Newcastle? Leave us a comment.